I've got that video down a little better now.
Oh, you had it pretty good last time. I didn't know what you
Come
were
on,
talking about.
Vogue. Let your body sway to the music. Sway to the music.
You're looking hot to me.
Man, that's kind of scary. What a great title, though. You're looking hot to me.
Hey everybody, I am Chuck Rogers and my very good friend Keith Dunn, and together we are Tabletop Coffee, where we talk about how to do life by being bold and never ever...
Bitter. Yep, we can't be bitter.
No, it's not good for you.
No, what does it do? It just tears us up inside.
It does.
It just makes everybody around you feel bad, too.
Yeah, I was talking to a lady about this very topic yesterday, about making sure to not be bitter. Joyce Meyer says... being bitter at the other person's like drinking battery acid and expecting them to die.
The battery acid? That's terrible. That's terrible.
It makes a good word picture.
It does make sense, though, because when you're bitter, you're normally bitter at other people, so you just want them to go away.
That's true.
You know, I was thinking about the show last week where we were talking about Loggerhead Issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how you just don't always see eye to eye in your relationship.
Yeah, the Gottmans, I was thinking about this too. The Gottmans don't call them loggerhead issues. I referenced that.
Oh, yeah.
They call them gridlock issues. And for some reason I got the whole idea of loggerhead in my head, which makes a nice picture, but John does it this way. He says it's just this person's fist coming against this person's fist, and they just go nowhere. So
Right.
the term they use is gridlock issues, but I kind of like loggerhead.
Yeah. So if you didn't see that video, it's worth seeing because it's about a dog that poops and it stays on the carpet for 5 years. And I don't want to spoil it, but there's a divorce in the end. So do you have any other stories that might work out that people might be able to relate to a little better?
How many do you want? I guess
I don't know, 5, 6.
Well,
We've got so much time. We can just roll. Just let the tape roll.
actually, as you were talking about that, I was thinking about one that happened for us. It's not really pretty. It's kind of embarrassing, actually, but
Okay.
I can share that one as well about a thing that Kim and I had to work through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds great.
Oddly enough, it has to do with dog.
Oh, yeah. Everything has to be around dogs.
I don't know
right now.
why my stories about gridlock issues happen with dogs, but I can share that one if that would help.
Okay. Sounds great.
But Kim walks people's dogs. It's just one of the things she does.
Right.
And,
She enjoys that. She loves animals.
she does, and sometimes when she would go, I would go with her. And in my mind, I read an article or saw a video or something at some point about how you walk a dog. You walk a dog, if you're right-handed, to your left. The dog is either beside you or behind you. It's never in front of you, so that you're in
Okay.
control of the dog rather than the dog being in control of you. So this is my rightness, okay?
Okay.
And when Kim walks dogs, she, listens.
Just let them roll.
Yeah. And so one day when we were walking, I had the dog and I was keeping the dog in line, and she says something to me on the order of, I let them sniff because that's how they do their potties.
Right.
And so I was angry because I was being basically, in my mind, scolded, and that I'm so stupid that I don't know how to walk a dog. You know,
Okay.
I'm so small. And so I handed her the leash. You walk the dog then. Well,
Okay.
that didn't make for a very comfortable walk for us. And pretty soon she was fed up with my bad attitude and spun on her heels and went back home. And then it led to a very sharp discussion, and we continued to talk it through. And I said, I don't know for sure how to get past this other than I have an idea.
Okay.
And my idea was that if you and I are together walking somebody's dogs, that you hold the leash. And that way I won't rock the dog incorrectly, and I'm certainly not going to correct you on how you walk the dog. And I think that might solve the problem. I don't think that we're ever going to see eye to eye on this. So it was like, let's find a way to agree to disagree.
Right.
Let's find a way that will work for us and that we can move forward. And so she was like, okay. So I think a week or so went by. We went to this one house, and she was going to walk this dog, but when we got there were 3 dogs to walk.
Oh, a little too much for one person.
Yeah, and so she leaves, and she's got two younger dogs that have a fast pace and one older dog that has a slower pace, and she's trying to juggle 3 leashes because, relationship's important to her, and this is what we said.
Right.
And then I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this is stupid. So I said, give me Mac's leash. Okay. And she looked at me like, I said, no, it'll be okay. And so I wanted to choose relationship over rightness at that point.
So you walked the dog her way at that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. Again, I'm not proud of that. It seems kind of simple and silly as I'm kind of talking it through.
Yeah.
But I think that we all have those simple, silly ones at times. But at the time, they really matter.
As you tell me these stories, there's got to be some type of mechanism or a way that you can come to each other and decide how to move forward, because you want that relationship. So how do you move forward in something like that? What's the right way?
I think the goal has to be understanding.
Okay.
You can't always have 100% agreement, but you can always have 100% understanding.
So it's an acknowledgement kind of thing.
Yeah, I want to go through the conversation and make sure that my wife believes that she is understood completely, not agreed with.
Right.
There's a huge difference between agreement and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I can't always agree with her at 100%, but I can always understand her, and I can always make sure that I'm understood.
Okay.
And I know that she can't always agree with me at 100%, but I want to be understood, because if I'm understood at 100%, I know that I matter. It's an issue of validation. So what the couple has to do is to have a goal of complete understanding, and you do it through dialogue.
Okay.
And we have some specific techniques that I do at my office, and we're going to do some later videos about how to actually do the communication exercises. It'll be a great video. So you got to do these exercises so that you can have 100% understanding. And then when you get to 100%, and only when you get to 100% understanding, then can you maybe look at ways to be able to move forward. And then that is through the other video that we did on where we did the brainstorming exercises.
I remember that.
Yeah, where you just...
Yes.
But that only takes place after you get 100% understanding. So that's got to be the goal.
But that has to be on both sides, 100% understanding.
Oh, absolutely.
Looking at the story that you told me about you and Kim and the dog, and walking the dog, and she walks the dog and allows them to have more control so that they can sniff around areas. And all of that makes sense.
Absolutely.
It definitely makes sense from your side that you want to have control, so you're the alpha and you have control over this dog.
Right.
Both ways are...
Both have merits.
Yeah, I won't say both ways are right. I don't know what the right way... Yeah, so there's not really a right way. There probably is a right way or a wrong way, but it would be subjective too.
It is.
Based on who you're talking to.
And then the other part is, let's just pretend that I'm right and everybody in the world agrees with me how right I am.
Sure. You destroy your relationship to be right?
Is it worth it to be right about that?
Okay, so you understand Kim's side to 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Kim understands your side to 100%. You came up with a solution. Kim, you walk the dog the way that you want to, and I will just walk with you, and that's fine.
And she was very okay with that.
But in the end, you came to a point where you had 3 dogs, and you bent to her way.
I did.
Which was a great thing to do, and it wasn't wrong, because there's nothing really wrong about it one way or the other. But what if you hadn't bent?
It would have worked. I mean, she would have muddled through and walked
with the 3
dogs, and it would have gotten done.
But it wouldn't have been as
loving.
Enjoyable.
No, I did it because I loved her.
Yeah.
And I wanted to put my rightness aside because I wanted a relationship. And that's the big deal. So there's the story of a loggerhead issue.
So thanks for joining us on another episode of Tabletop Coffee, where we were talking about another loggerhead or gridlock issue.
Yeah.
Where just two normal people are having this issue and
Stuff just pops up.
yeah, there's no, well, there is a resolution, but it's not,
Not always solvable. It's not always. Sometimes it's managed as opposed to being solved.
right.
You can't make it all go away.
Yeah, managed is a good way to look at that.
Yeah.
So be sure to subscribe and click that bell. And also,
I like it.
yep, share it with your friends. And until next time.
Thanks, y'all.